On this episode of Two Dudes, One Cart, it's time for the blame game. Whose fault was it? Was it the captain? Was it the players? Did we just not have it? Right back to what we talked about not too long ago, from stranglehold to struggle. On this episode, John and I discuss, you guessed it, the Ryder Cup. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of Two Dudes, One Cart. And as always, thank you for listening. All right, everybody, the boys are back. A little bit of a hangover, if you will, from the Ryder Cup. We're gonna have a lot to say on this, but John, other than that, man, how you been? How you doing?
Doing wonderful, man. Doing wonderful. Just a lot of golf, a lot of work, a lot of golf, a lot of work.
Yeah, I got to get it in. We can get it in right now because the weather will change.
Yeah.
Just a matter of when. But
Leaves are starting to drop already, and it's pretty scary.
right, yeah. So let's start off this way, John. I was just thought I would scroll through some of this information that I think is pertinent to the conversation. The U.S. team, Sam Burns, 1 point.
Oh yeah.
Patrick Cantlay, 1.5 points. Bryson DeChambeau, 1.5. Harris English, well, we'll just say half a point. Ben Griffin, 1 point. Russell Henley, half a point. Colin Morikawa, half a point. Xander Schauffele, the biggest dog in the fight, 3 points. Scotty Scheffler, 1 point. JJ Spawn, 2 points. Justin Thomas, 2 points. Cam Young, the one everybody was seemed to be on the fence with, 3 points. Overall, 3-1-0 record to start off this Ryder Cup.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
I'm not even going to bother going down the European scoreboard
No.
because we know it was a beating on day one and day two. Um, what's your overall thought, man? I mean, what do you, man? I mean, I just don't know what to say. I mean, I think we saw this coming and what we've talked about previously that we just don't have them dogs. We always seem to show up for the most part for singles play, which was not very surprising. I don't know how you can stick guys like Scheffler and DeChambeau together, or even two professional players, period, and not play better than what we did. Although the Europeans had answered us on every turn, but still, it seemed like we
Okay.
could have done a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, I think to echo what you said, we did kind of see it coming. We knew we'd get beat. It was either like we were going to win by a point or probably get beat by 2 to 3, is what we, I think, originally guessed. With the Europeans' recent wins, with Rose, Fleetwood, and them doing well. Uh, I kind of was fearing that, but when Bryson and Justin teed off on that first day, I was like, "Watch out, the boys are here," and that went real quick. So, I mean, it was. I mean, I'm glad Justin was there. I was a hater on Friday and Saturday saying, "Why did we select Justin? Why didn't we get somebody else?" That was higher ranked. Um, the Griffins, I mean, why is he there? I just didn't know like the selection, the course setup, like with the soft greens, like
I
make
don't,
that thing hard as hell.
I, yeah, I was going to talk about that. I mean, the course setup was, it did not, Beth Page Black did not even get a chance to show teeth. I know the common thing around the internet was, I thought this was a tough course. Um, and I think if you look at, for instance, if you want to see how that course was set up, there is no chance in hell on any course that's hosting a major would Russell Henley's downhill putt stopped.
Correct.
There's no way.
Yep.
There is no way that ball is, if it doesn't go in, it's
Yep.
3 foot by the hole.
Yep. I mean, and you saw that a lot of those putts were short
Uh,
because they're like, man, I played here in one of these majors, and this is going to be nasty, and they left it 3 to 5 feet short. So second and third day, guys were getting more aggressive,
mhm.
and you started seeing putts drop because they could just not hammer it, but they could be firm with a putt and not have to worry about having to chip back on the green.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how we expected to win. And I'll admit, I didn't watch a lot of it. I watched a lot of, I didn't watch any of it, to be honest, but I watched a lot of the replay.
Yeah.
Um, on just, I just didn't understand. I didn't understand what was going on. And then when I saw that they widened the fairways, cut down the rough, you already got beat by Europe when they raised the tall grass and tightened the fairways.
Yeah.
Now you're going to give them more room?
Yeah. Yeah. And they're not as long as us, I mean, too, which is another thing that I thought was kind of silly, right? I mean, we got some powerhouses that have been hitting the ball farther. Um, like what? Why wouldn't you like tip that thing out? You know?
Tipped it out, tighten it up. You've got JJ Spawn pretty much straight as an arrow. Cam Young is reasonably straight as an arrow. Russell Henley is definitely straight as an arrow. Ben Griffin is definitely pretty straight as an arrow. Thomas isn't that wayward. The most wayward guy you have is
DeChambeau.
DeChambeau.
And he's going to be, and if he's cranking on it, he's going to be 20 past everybody. And he's got the muscle, and he's going to be hitting a higher lofted club out of the rough. Like he can muscle it. We've seen
Yep.
it in all of his previous other tournaments. And when he tried
Everybody
to take on the Masters, he was bombing it down there 360, 370, and then he had a 9 iron. Now, obviously, he didn't win, but he was, I mean, he was still getting out of the thick rough at the Masters tournament and putting it close to the green.
and here's what's scary and looking at this list and knowing that we lost is that one, you have some of the best, if not all of the best iron players. I mean, English is a hell of an iron player. Griffin's a hell of an iron player. Hindley, Morikawa.
Yeah.
You got and on top of that, God, looking at the
We
list,
had a lot. We had a lot of wayward iron shots. So if you would have watched a lot of the approach, like Griffin, Morikawa, they had a problem, especially Griffin on that second day had a problem with the pushes. I mean, he was pinned high like 6 or 7 times, and he was outright.
I think I'll give Griffin a pass just because of the fact that it's his first Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
I could kind of understand that, but I get where you're coming from. But if you think about this, is DeChambeau, I'd have to look at data golf, but is DeChambeau the worst putter on that team?
I wouldn't say that.
Who's a worse putter than DeChambeau on that team?
I mean, I think DeChambeau's putting's pretty stellar right now.
If you got bring your data golf up if you don't mind on there and see what it says for putting because I'm looking at the list of all these players. Man, I'd be shocked if he's not. But while you're looking that up, I it makes no sense. And I think the most shocking one lost to me, not that all of them weren't, but the fact that Cantlay lost to Oberg kind
Uber
of
was on fire though.
yeah, I
Like,
mean I get that, but man, dude, Cantlay's got man, he's a dog generally when he's out there playing that Ryder Cup. DeChambeau coming back from 5 down when the freaking people on the internet were just
yeah.
blasting him like this is why you shouldn't have been on the team, and then comes back from 5 down to tie it up.
So I can tell you the best putters, top 10, I think this is. So we have Sandbergs
Yep,
at plus 0.983 to the field,
yep,
Cam Young plus zero point 0.6,
yep.
English zero point 0.4, Ben Griffin zero point 0.4, Scotty 0.38, Justin 0.34, Henley 0.2, Cantlay 0.15, JJ Spawn 0.11, and then everybody else is negative. They're losing putts to the field. So that includes Xander, Colin, DeChambeau, which is kind of nuts.
Okay.
But I
Well,
mean,
there's a chance I would put Colin as the worst putter
yeah.
instead
So
of
there's
Adam.
they have 9 guys that are better than the field.
Right. But at the same time, you also put on super slow greens. Well, I wouldn't say they were super slow, but
I bet those greens are rolling tens or 11s.
I I mean, to see that replay of Henley's putt coming up short on a downhiller
Yeah.
really shocked
I would
me.
say 10 or 11, I bet. And as soft as they were, um, the ball just stopped there unless the green was severely sloped back to front. The guys weren't ripping them because they took such a big divot in the green when they landed at that height,
Right.
that descent angle, that they were just sticking or hit and just stick right where it was at. There was not a lot of 10
Right.
to 15 foot drawbacks unless there was some slope, and it had to be pretty severe, it looked like, for that
But
to happen.
it looked like on some of the replay I saw that they were ripping them out of the rough, but they weren't ripping them on the green.
Yeah.
I don't know. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. You can look at, if Henley's putt drops, we might have won.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
I liked, I enjoyed it. I mean, Friday was, I got sick. I think I posted in our group chat, like, this is very tough to watch
hmm
as an American. And then Saturday, I golfed in the morning. So I caught like the afternoon rounds. And I'm like, man, you guys aren't, nobody was on fire. Nobody was vibing. And then Sunday hit. And I'm like, here we are. Here's our team. Like, where has this been Friday and Saturday? And the whole Hovland thing, which is a
Uh, yeah, I mean, did it cost us the Ryder Cup? I don't know. They're looking at the scores that were coming up to that. There's a really good chance that half point was a deal breaker.
but
But we could have played better. I mean, in what world would you go, hey, Scotty Scheffler 0 and 2 in foursomes, 0 and 2 in four ball?
yep. Yeah, I mean, that half point, if you just look at the ending score, wouldn't have mattered.
No, but it would have kept those other ones alive. It would have kept the
Could
other
have
matches
could have
alive.
gave some
Yeah.
motivation, right? But if you're looking at strictly points, it wouldn't have mattered. I just think and I don't know a situation, but just being an outsider, it's a bitch move. Like, how bad does your neck have to hurt that you don't want to go out there and play through it? But he
Yeah.
knows, if I play and lose, I could get 0 points. If I just say that I have an injury, I automatically get a half point, which is terrible.
Yeah,
It's a dumb rule. I know they've been
yeah,
doing it since the 70s.
it
Don't
should
care. I think it's terrible.
yeah, it's either a complete forfeit of a point or it's a complete wash, which given the Ryder Cup, it would be better that it's a complete wash. That you go, neither guy's going to play, blah, 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 because it's not in the spirit of the game to just off a point.
Yeah, I don't see it as being a complete wash. I think it's like, well, you better have a injured reserve player ready to go.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I
I say you forfeit it, you just forfeit the point. Like, I'm sorry.
I
Every
don't
other
think
sport I played,
I get what
if
you're saying. I just don't
yeah.
think I don't think we'll ever see that happen.
No, they probably won't. I mean, every other sport I played, if no one showed up when I was in wrestling, I automatically got 6 points. The team doesn't show up for a basketball tournament, the other team's going to win.
But what do you think it is? What do you think's the issue? Because I just at this point, I'm like, okay, I don't see us going over Europe and winning. And
Not with the same, not with the same team.
no, I mean, I want to say we can, but I don't understand how we're with the talent we have, how we're losing
Yeah,
in these
no one knows. I
four
mean, we've
balls.
been trying to figure this out for years. No one knows. Like we technically, I think on paper have a better team.
Well, I would say this year that's arguable to where I mean it was maybe half a stroke at best.
But I think having the number one player in the world doesn't help us, surprisingly.
It never does. I don't think. I
No,
don't
I
know that
mean,
that's
they
ever
look
happened.
back at all the stats and it shows that, the number one in the world player. I think we talked about it. It's that I think the European tour has that underdog mentality, and that's
Well,
a
and we
huge driver.
we build it for them.
Yeah.
We constantly build that for them,
Yep.
and but still, it's like I still can't figure it out. I mean, there's not a world where if you asked me 5 days ago that I would say Scotty Scheffler only has 1 point.
Yeah. That would
Um,
have took that to the bank.
yeah, and I mean, I thought those pairings that Keegan put out were pretty good. Maybe Scotty was pouting that he didn't get to play with Sam Burns. I don't know.
There's a lot of turmoil on starting the guys on odd and even holes, for the length. I don't. I think you need. I think you need a DeChambeau to pound the driver on one, just to make a freaking statement.
Right.
But some of the other ones, maybe they could have done it a little different. I don't know.
Well, but I mean, like, you know, Fleetwood got 4 points and he barely lost his 1 point to Thomas.
Hmm.
I mean, Terrell Hatton, 3.5 points. The only person that didn't get any points was Hoygaard. I think he
Yeah,
was the only European not to make any points.
yeah.
Yeah, he was. He was the only. It's
Freaking
just
Rose played out of his, what?
yeah, but that's just who he is, man. Well, yeah, but he won two four-ball matches. He made 2 points. Lost in singles. Didn't play in foursomes, right?
Yeah, but when he played hard, man. Even though he only got two.
Well, yeah, yeah. I don't expect any less. If nobody prepared them for that, that's crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
I think what's awesome is the fact that Cam Young came out there and made a statement, dude, all the way down, being the first group out. Like you have to win. Like there's no look, Cam,
yeah,
you're going out there, you have to win. Plain and
yeah,
simple. There's
yeah. He
everybody
did.
knew that
Yeah,
though.
he did outstanding. Rombo, DeChambeau, and then what's his nuts on Rom's team on Live. The Live guys played good minus
Terrell.
DeChambeau.
Well,
Really?
DeChambeau played well just in singles.
Yeah. I mean that
Well,
last
no,
match
he he didn't win and he tied in singles, but he got
felt like a win,
yeah.
being five down after seven
Yeah.
to come back.
I don't know. It makes my stomach hurt really to think that. And I think this, I mean, I don't know. I think this is going to be one that I don't know that it falls on the captain.
I mean, he's got a little bit to blame because he about the
The setup.
court prep. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's really not much you can do. I mean, Fitzpatrick was playing out of his ass. That boy, and he's got a lot more distance. He's got like 10 to 12 yards carry distance gained with his driver. He's been doing speed training. Dude's hitting it.
Yeah.
And he
No,
puts good.
I
He's
think that
never super long, but he always has a good iron and wedge game. And his putter, I'd say he's probably right in the middle of the pack with his putter with everybody that played.
I think the biggest losers in this whole thing are one, Beth Page Black, just because it did not get to show
Yep.
its teeth.
Yep.
Two are the fans. That some of that stuff, man, was completely ridiculous. I mean, like, come on. I don't
It was a little excessive.
A little. I mean, here's what I don't understand is this is what the fans don't get is the fact that the European squad lives for the fact to be the underdog,
Yep.
lives for that. They came in there knowing that the crowd was going to be hostile, and for Rory to dish an F bomb to a fan and then put one to 2 feet just fired him up even more.
Yeah.
I mean, they came in there, whatever their plan was, obviously they executed, but
Yeah.
whatever they did to prepare, they were freaking ready. And now that's my other thing is it just these guys need to play together more often? Or is it these guys now we need to make some more trips over to Europe and play some of the courses over there and try to get better there? I mean, I just
I don't know what the sauce is. No, I don't think anybody knows what the secret sauce is. I know when Rory dished his first F bomb back to the fans, and then he did it again 3 times in a row on the same hole. And then he goes in his press conference and talks about how bad the fans were. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. Like if you're the better person, you're going to call them out. Then like, why don't you respond better?
right.
So I mean, that's me. I don't like Rory. I think his little yells or yeah when he does that sounds like a little bitch. I would love to just throat punch him 90% of the time I see him when he golfs. I have a strong dislike for that guy. I did like Justin Roan get a little fiery with Scheffler's caddy
Oh
to tell him
yeah.
to get out of the line. He could have said it nicer, but I kind of liked him doing that because like he was backing it up. But they got over it real quick and they actually apologized to each other. So I like that. Um, when the Dijon Boyle, when he started making his run back to even, just started doing that power walk straight to the next tee after he was draining bombs. I was like, oh man, dude, like that part was thrilling to watch. But overall, Friday and Saturday were not fun days for the Ryder Cup. Saturday was a great day, even though we lost. I think the guys played with a lot of heart. I wish they would have played that way the entire way through. Keep their heads down and just get on to the next hole.
Yeah, it's just you don't like giving those guys um this kind of gas.
Yep.
I mean, this gets them well into the next Ryder Cup. They're going to ride this. They just beat us on American soil. It used to
Yep.
just be, hey, well, we're going to win here, you're going to win there, blah blah blah. Now it's
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll have some confidence, and now we're the underdog going into the overseas. And that course, I looked up that course we're playing. Looks freaking phenomenal, by the way. I've never been big on wanting to go play links golf, but I looked up that course and I'm like, okay, I could do a trip over there for that.
yeah, man. I just think this one is huge because like we talked about before, the US team taking the money, the Europeans all united turning down the money. We're on American soil. I mean, it seemed like we have everything, but we also had the most to lose because we had the most on the table in a way.
Yeah, I mean, we've lost at home. They've lost at home before. I don't think it's that big of a monumental year. Um, or president, sets a precedent for the years to come. I mean, it's happened either way on both sides of the fence. It's just they lost the tournament. Now, I will say that I think if they have live players play in it, I think the live players do have an advantage because they are playing team golf a lot and they're more close knit with their team than the other players. So I would love to see more PGA Tour team events. Now, how many more? I mean, there's probably one right now where they team up, maybe two, maybe bump that up to 4 to 6. I
Yeah.
think that would be great. I would love to watch it because I like watching team golf. I like playing team golf. Um, I think it would be good. I know we beat it to death, but the PGA and the LPGA need to get a co event going on. Um, I think the game needs it. I think a lot of people would. I think the PGA could help bring the LPGA up on those team events, get more people who would never watch an LPGA event on TV, see how good these women are,
Right.
and then have it as a team. Maybe do a two-man, one best ball one day. Maybe do a modified alternate shot the second day. Maybe do individuals the third day or something like that. Get it going.
I think, in all honesty, I think as soon as this team is picked, I think the captain sequesters these guys somewhere for a week
Yeah.
and they play some G
Yep.
and they play team golf and they go up
Yep.
against each other.
Yep. They switch their partners around
Yeah,
and
get
they
them
start.
dialed in, get them
Yep.
dialed in, go in with the freaking intention that you want to win, build some camaraderie,
Yep.
save your money you made this year from the Ryder Cup to pay for
Yeah.
your housing next year when the captain takes you. No procure championship, none
Yeah.
of that crap. Get all those guys in one spot, house them all together, and go out there and let's see what they got.
Yeah.
Pick a course. Pick a course. I guarantee you, there's not a course in the United States that wouldn't say we'll shut down for you boys to practice.
Yeah. I mean, I like that. Get them all in the same house or complex, right? All under
Yeah,
the same roof. Take their freaking cell phones away during the day,
and
and
put
then
them
say, "Hey,
out.
we're gonna do matches, 2v2 matches, and we're gonna change it up. We're gonna see who feeds off who doesn't do well against each other or paired with each other, and then just figure it out over 4 days. You guys are gonna play 27 holes, 36 holes one day, 27 the next. Do it, just change it up every day.
Yeah, just see what actually works, who gels, who vibes.
Yeah,
Get them out there, let them play, prepare. I mean, it's almost like, well, I'm going to twist some arms just so you guys can just get to the one venue to play.
yeah,
That's nothing. I want these guys to play together. I mean, at some point, each one of them has to get pissed off enough to say, "Hey, this is what we're going to do. I'm tired of losing. When I retire from golf, I want a Ryder Cup trophy. I want all that stuff, all those accolades in my trophy room. I want to bring one home."
yep,
You or I would be like that. I'd be like, "Oh, I don't care what you got going on.
yeah,
Let's go. You've made enough money all year, for God's sakes."
yeah. I could see Spawn being like that. I could see Cam Young being like that now. They got some taste of it. I could see those guys really being hungry in the next 2 years to come. I can't see Scotty Scheffler because he's too calm for that. At least Tiger was fiery. I'm not a Tiger fan, but at least Tiger would get fired up. But
I,
he was
I,
still arrogant,
I
in my
think,
opinion.
I think this one is going to really change Scotty's demeanor when it comes to the Ryder Cup.
Good.
And I don't mean like I still think he's going to be the same calm guy, but I think there's some fire
Yeah, a
after
little
these
devil in
last
him.
two that they've just taken him behind the woodshed pretty much each time.
Yeah.
And I I mean if he's not, I don't want him on the team.
Yeah.
I mean that's you the Xanders, the Cantlays, no matter what people think about you put them two together. I'm not sure why they didn't really stay together because those two they've been torches.
Yeah. And I don't think Xander really gets too pissed off about Cantlay slow play. And Cantlay wore a hat all weekend, so that's cool.
Well, I think they feed off each other, but I don't know, man. I know it's
Yeah.
kind of like,
Morikawa disappointed me a lot too. Man, he just looked like a
yeah,
little bitch, man. I hate to say it. Sorry, Colin, if you're listening. You disappointed me. I'm not upset. I'm disappointed.
and that's worse.
A lot worse.
No, but I hate beating the dead horse over this, but I think that's the way to do it. I think you have
Yep.
to, as a captain, I don't know if they'll put Keegan back as if he'll run it back as a captain again. I don't know
Yeah.
what'll happen with that. I don't know why. I mean,
Hopefully he gets to world like number 5 and he has to play.
yeah, but like Webb Simpson, I don't know why Webb Simpson hasn't been a captain yet.
Yeah, who knows?
But I think that I mean, I'd like to see Keegan out there. Would it have made a difference? I don't know
Yeah, who knows?
because he wouldn't have taken the place of Colin.
Yeah.
There's a good chance he would have taken the place of Cam Young. You want that?
No.
No, not even a little. Not now. Not
Yeah.
knowing what we know now. I sure the hell don't.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the positive is after Brandy Chablet or whatever that little whatever his little bad self is.
Brandel Chambly.
Yeah, hate that dude. After he dogged DeChambeau,
Oh yeah.
the entire team said the complete opposite of what he did. And I love for all of them to stick up. Man, he's got the fire. He's awesome. He made special arrangements to go out to tournaments, blah blah blah, and meet with the team. And his energy is great for us. We need that. Like even Scotty going, I loved having his energy in the locker room and out on the course. Like
Well, I'm gonna
can't say anything better about those guys.
I'm gonna get you fired up on this one then because I did agree with that fact that Chambly, even though he makes some in the moment, I feel like bad decisions, bad comments, kind of like that one, just because of his just disgust over Live, but still might be the best bench analyst in golf that's ever been. I mean, who rivals him besides Paul McGinley? I mean, it's just for the sheer knowledge, and you got to. I mean, he does all his research, he does all the stuff, and he gets under my skin, and I don't care much for the dude either. But in looking at that, I'm like, okay, from the time that I've watched golf, as far as analysts go, it's
Yeah,
he's kind of hard to beat, but
maybe.
he does have some.
I don't know what you're measuring him up against. He knows some stats. Great. Hope he gets his head caught in the door and can't make it. Maybe him and Hovland can go hang out and sleep on the same Tempur-Pedic and have neck problems.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how that. I don't know how that came across to people, and he's like, "Oh man, my neck hurts. I can't turn my."
Because you guys do have a point, but it's only a half a point.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
pretty good comeback.
man. When I saw that, well, when it came across my phone. Actually, I was like, "You got to be kidding me, man!" Dude, I'd have. I don't know. I don't know what it would take for me to not go out there and play. Whew. Do you think you don't think that was a tactic, do you?
Heart, we'll never know. I think the tactic was he probably did have a stiff neck. And he goes, if I go out there and lose, I'm going to lose up the whole point. If I just withdraw because my neck hurts, I go, at least we split it. It's one less because the U.S. had to go out there and win. They couldn't lose. They
Yeah,
had
they
to have
had.
triple ties, and the rest had to get the points on the board. So I think it was a strategic move. I think he could have played, but I think it was less risky for him to just withdraw than it was to actually play.
That ever comes out, man,
Yeah.
that'll be a bomb. If that ever comes out that way. So who was the most shocking out of all? Was it Cam Young or was it Oberg? Who shocked you the most?
Probably Cam Young. I mean, Oberg plays good, and I like Oberg. I pick him a lot on my weekly picks,
Yeah, that's true.
but I don't really pick Cam Young at all. He just, you know, now that I know that he used to play out there a lot, it makes sense that he finally got his shit together on Sunday. But probably the most shocking thing for me was actually the European tour talk dissing President Trump on the bus. I don't know if you saw those videos yet, but
No.
they were chirping up President Trump. So I hope Trump goes, hey, all these people that are here living in the U.S., playing in the U.S., and we need to investigate these guys a little bit. And maybe your home in Palm Springs, Florida, or West Palm Beach, Florida gets. I'd
Don't
love to see the news on
go.
that. Rory gets stuck in Ireland.
Let's not go political. That's
Let's go send him back with Rosie O'Donnell.
you ever you wonder why it's on that putt of Henley's. I don't know if Cam Young could say anything to him, but I think Keegan could have said something to him about the read on the putt. Like Keegan could have asked Cam Young. Cam Young's like, I had to really hit it, to get it. I mean, he read the putt perfect. That's what was bad. But when watching that replay, I'm like, I still can't get over that. I'm like, how in the hell? 'Cause I mean, I saw Justin in the chat talk blah 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 after Henley just went out there and had 8 birdies in a freaking round.
Yeah,
And then when I saw that replay, I was like, man, so that made me watch more replays because I'm like, how there's no chance in hell at any major that a ball stops going downhill.
crazy.
I thought that's probably the most insane thing I saw, really. Despite
One great.
Henley hitting that ball out of the bunker was legit, dude.
Well, what about Rom's ball
Oh yeah, out of the rough. Yeah, I saw
above the
that replay.
bunker in the hole? Yikes.
Yeah. Well, didn't Thomas flew one in too, right?
Yeah, Thomas dunked one.
Yeah.
Well, not dunked, but it
Yeah, yeah.
it rolled out
One
a foot
hop.
and a
Yeah.
half and then
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it has to be if we're gonna give an award out, would be probably Cam Young.
yeah. Yep.
He came out there. He definitely that was a stud move.
The good thing about the Ryder Cup is though people are still talking about it. I mean, people are going to be talking about this for weeks to come in the locker rooms, at the clubhouse, drinks afterwards.
I,
It's it's turmoil. Unfortunately, it's turmoil and not in our favor.
well, but also the other big loss out through all this is just this Keegan. That I'm telling you what, the just the um how he got basically not picked because of the boys club, and then they jumped full 180 to the other side, making captain. He's playing well enough to play. I think he made the right decision not to pick himself.
Yeah.
And then I I I don't know, man. It really just did not seem like those first 2 days that it was even close. It just seemed like we were just getting ate up. But like you said, we get to do all this in 2 more years anyway. Hate to lose them, but we move
It is
on.
what it is.
We
Yeah.
didn't get to play. It would have been a lot worse if we'd have played.
Yeah. A couple strokes different, probably.
Yeah, right.
Does make me sad that we didn't do a Ryder Cup this year, though.
Yeah, it makes me sad too. Just is what it is. 2 years in a row, we've not pulled it off, but you'll have that. It's been a weird year. I don't know if any of the other people listening, if it's been the same, but it's been a hard year to really get people together to play golf, at
Yeah.
least in our group. I don't know if that's
No, I was just talking to Thompson about that. Like we just need to get a choose up somewhere on a Sunday or see it, like kind of like what we did at Heartland, where we had what, three groups that Sunday.
yeah, and even that seemed like pulling teeth, dude, to get
Yeah.
that done. It's like, holy
Yeah.
cow.
But I think we need to do that again here next couple weeks before weather starts shifting.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to set something up for this weekend and nobody really ever bit.
Yeah.
And that's the other hard thing is you just can't get people to chime in and agree and get
Yeah.
get stuff lined up and everybody yucks and you miss it and nobody ever talks about it and then it just gets lost.
Hmm.
But I don't know if that's the same way for everybody, but it's definitely been
Yeah.
tough for our group this year. Last year,
A little easier,
a little bit
not much
easier. This
better.
this this year's been pretty rough.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But we'll get it together. Hopefully next year we'll get something. We'll get something together. We still got time this year, obviously. I think we probably still got a couple more weeks. I was gonna play in that USAM thing, but my daughter's coming home for college. Not this weekend, but the next weekend
Or college or from college.
from college.
Okay.
So I could probably get one day out of that. Maybe we can set something up, not this weekend, but the following weekend.
Yeah, maybe next Sunday we'll put it out there, put some feelers out there.
Um, Try to do it. Try to get it together. Try to get one more in before it's, well,
I haven't played Trophy Club this year, have you?
yeah, it's, yeah. I wouldn't call what I did playing it, but yeah, I was out there. Not a shot against Trophy Club by any means. I mean, the everything was in pretty good condition, other than the daggone bunkers,
Yeah,
and only because the grass was growing into the bunker, not necessarily up through the sand, but out and
yeah,
into the bunker. And I
yeah,
bet I had 7 hanging lies.
yeah.
And you're like trying to hit a ball that's floating above the earth, and it's just not as easy as one make. It's always high on the face. But other than that, the course was in really good condition. Played
Okay.
Southern Dunes on Sunday morning, or no, Saturday morning, I think. And man, it was in really good condition.
Huh. Well, maybe we pick Southern Dunes.
It was
Or
pretty good.
what's the other one we play down there? Not Heartland, not Southern Dunes, but Hickory Stick. Maybe we do a Hickory Stick.
Yeah.
Hickory Stick's always a good time.
Yeah, we'll have to we'll have to think it through. We'll find somewhere and get something done.
Yeah.
But John, that's all I had. I just wanted to get all that off my chest because it was just I think everybody's going to talk about it and we might as well wrap it up. We've done enough talking about it coming up, leading up to um, I think there was a point where we either thought we thought one way or another it could be a blowout or that it would really be close. Um, I just did not have. I wanted the U.S. to win, but I just did not have a good feeling about this when it was so closely manned, and it just it's one of those points where you just have to finally understand, like we just talked about, that man, we just do not have it in the team portion. We just don't. Singles play, we're generally
Yeah.
pretty good, but
Yeah.
times will change hopefully. So, John, you have yourself a wonderful evening,
You too, buddy.
and we'll do it again, bud.
All right.